because without her, I wouldn't be here, of course. So thanks to my parents, they've been amazing. Thank you.
17,000 plus got to witness Federer take one final lap around the court of the O2 Arena, paying tribute to one of the greatest who changed the sport forever. Federer, it was the perfect finish.
Oh, it's been a perfect journey. I would do it all over again.
For Josh Dave, City News. By Van Nicer Backhand. Business coming up next.
When you shop at Real Canadian Superstore, you can save for real. Because PC Optimum points equal free stuff. Hear that? That's not just carrots. And you might think this is a fresh face facade. Or a brand new television. But it's actually the sound of some of the free stuff you can get when you redeem PC Optimum points. Redeem your points for the stuff you need. Just another way to save for real at Real Canadian Superstore.
Hey, Toronto. Life is too short for long commutes. I didn't realize that, until I moved to Calgary a couple years ago. A shorter, faster ride to work is so liberating. It gives me so much more time to socialize, make friends, and pursue hobbies outside of work. And I can also afford to live downtown and still save for my future.
Alberta is calling. Learn more at albertaiscalling.ca. A message from the Government of Alberta.
City News Time, 11:56. Now the business report.
I'm Chris McCusker. It's the first of its kind. The SOAR Digital Gathering of Indigenous Entrepreneurs was held earlier this month, presented by Square. Nicole McLaren is the founder and CEO at Raven Reads. So first, tell me what Raven Reads is all about.
So Raven Reads is the world's first Indigenous themed and owned subscription box. So we curate products from other Indigenous brands and feature them in our gift boxes, which people purchase subscriptions to.
Okay, now tell me about the conference. I understand one of the sessions was called Our Way Circle, Money as Medicine.
Yeah, it was a really interesting conversation to have, especially on camera when you tend to be really, focused on being upbeat and positive. And when it comes to money, we still have this tendency to be quite reserved. And so it was a really important panel discussion to have, talking about what money means, both to us as individuals, but also to us as entrepreneurs.
So where do you go from here?
I think just continuing to find, more opportunities like this, new voices, and really continuing to kind of grow the reach of the event and getting more people to attend each year. I think it's something that will remain dynamic because things change year to year, especially in the space of entrepreneurism. So I think it's something that will continue to grow and remain very relevant.
Nicole McLaren is the founder and CEO at Raven Reads. And at the City News Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker. Hey, honey, where's the cereal?
Space is tight, so I popped it in the oven.
I like it. It's delightful. Also, where's the bowls go?
Oh, yeah, they're also in the oven.
Of course. I'm scared to ask, but where's the milk?
Milk's in the fridge. Duh.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's time for an upgrade with the new Kitchen Now event at Lowe's. This week, get 20% off custom kitchen cabinets and save $100 on a selected Blanco Vienna double sink. Conditions apply. Details in store or at Lowe's.ca.
From hot dates to hot flashes, marriage to mortgage, kid-free to kid-4, full house to empty nest. Life changes fast, so be ready with a financial strategy designed to handle whatever life throws your way. One that includes retirement planning, education savings, life insurance, and more. For a friendly and personal approach to help you reach your financial goals, speak to your local Edward Jones advisor. We're just around the corner. Visit edwardjones.ca/radio today.
Traffic, here's Colette Desjardins.
And this report is brought to you by your local Ontario Subaru dealers. Ford Erie bound on the QEW is slow from over the Burlington Skyway Bridge and then past Nikola Tesla to approaching Fruitland. Toronto bound on the QE at the Garden City Skyway, a crash in the left lane. It's very slow as a result. Eastbound 401 seeing delays approaching Salem, out to approaching Lake Ridge. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9th, I'm Colette Desjardins.
Beware of deepfake vehicles pretending to be Subarus. Don't fall for fakes this fall. Get the real deal at your Subaru dealer with award-winning safety and symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive.
Right now downtown it's partly cloudy and 15 degrees. For Christine Ritchie, I'm Asher Roth. This is CFTR City News at noon.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This
morning as Fiona's made landfall in Atlantic Canada. Maritimers bracing themselves for high winds, powerful waves, and torrential downpour.
Our Michelle Mackey is on the ground in Halifax.
Power is still out for hundreds of thousands of people.
Cape Breton's declared a state of emergency, and in New Brunswick, homes have been washed away. Getting around the GTA is tough enough as it is. An update on some major transit closures coming up.
You won't be bored in the city this weekend. There's a lot happening, including food festivals and concerts.
We get preseason NHL action. Maple Leafs have a doubleheader with the Ottawa Senators. Alex Manoah gets the ball for the Blue Jays in Tampa. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, we talk to the president of Venture Lab about how the challenges of raising capital in Canada in the tech world are increased for underrepresented founders. City News Time, 1201.
And now traffic and weather together on the ones. Good afternoon, Christine Lango.
Thank you, Zach and Caitlin, and good afternoon. This report is brought to you by Aero Furniture. Well, it's already a busy afternoon on the major routes. Eastbound 401 is slow through Milton to Mississauga, and then we have this construction eastbound 401 at Keelan Express. Rangeline is blocked. It's slow from the 427, alternately Express and Collectors. We have delays eastbound 401 from the 404 to Warden. In the Collectors, it's down to a single lane because of construction, so it's starting to slow through the Scarborough area. Also slow on the westbound 401 from Nielsen Road to Brimley, because from Brimley to approaching Keelan Express, 2 left lanes are blocked for construction. Beyond that, delays from Islington Express and Collectors to Dixon, from Mavis to approaching Mississauga Road. Northbound Don Valley Parkway from York Mills to the 401, they've closed off the right lane for construction. Not only that, northbound Don Valley Parkway ramp to eastbound 401 Collectors closed. You'll be forced into the Express. All in all, a slow drive from just north of Don Mills all the way up to the 401. Southbound 404 Don Valley is slow from Finch to south of Lawrence. On the westbound Gardner West Parkline, they're doing some guardrail repairs. The right lane is blocked, and it's heavy going from approaching Bathurst. Westbound QEW is slow from Fort Johnson to Shoulder and Brockton to Brant. Delays on the eastbound QE Gardner from approaching Mississauga Road to Dixie, from Parkland to approaching Dufferin, and eastbound on the 403 approaching the QEW in Burlington. We've got a collision blocking 2 right lanes, and it's jammed from Highway 6 North. The Your Space, Your Style fall sale is on now at Aero Furniture. Save big on the pieces you love and take up to 2 years to pay. Limited time only, conditions apply. Visit aerofurniture.com. Your next report is at 12:11, and now with the forecast, good afternoon, Carl Lamb.
Hey, good afternoon, Christine. Yeah, it's sunshine and cloud mixing together. It's, pretty nice out there at this point. But what is going to change is that we have some showers headed our way, and it's getting cloudier and cloudier tonight. So down to an overnight low of 12 degrees. Certainly not as cold tonight as it has been as well. Right now, it's 15 at Pearson, 15 at City News. Our guaranteed high today is 18.
City News on 1203.
Now, City News in-depth team coverage. Tropical storm Fiona's made landfall on the Atlantic coast. Winds have peaked over 150 kilometers an hour. The significant rainfall in much of Nova Scotia right now is without power. Multiple areas have been declared states of emergency.
Houses in New Brunswick have been completely washed away. Our Carling Donahue is following the latest in the Maritimes and joins us live with more. Carling. Caitlin, a lot of Canadians are holding their breath this morning to see what kind of damage Fiona is going to cause. After it's done with the Maritimes, it's no longer a hurricane. Environment Canada is now calling it a post-tropical storm or cyclone, but nevertheless, damage is imminent. Tim Marsh is the president of the Nova Scotia Federation of Agriculture and tells City News that the timing couldn't have been much worse for the province's farmers.
Kind of right at the peak of the main harvest season, and of course, as everybody knows, our input costs in agriculture have gone through the roof this spring, so this is probably our costliest crop we've ever grown across the province. And there's some producers that stand to lose it, depending on what this storm does.
Now, Carmen Hart is a meteorologist at the Canadian Hurricane Center and says so far powerful wind gusts and torrential downpour have been recorded throughout the Maritimes. She says some areas are seeing 125 milliliters of rain, including on Cape Breton Island, which is, as of now, the hardest hit spot.
That's where post-tropical storm Fiona made its landfall, and those winds were 160 kilometers per hour when it made landfall in the early morning hours. So that's where we have the most damage.
Cape Breton Island and Port aux Basques, Newfoundland, are currently under a state of emergency, and residents are being told to avoid all non-essential travel as there's reports of high waves dragging homes, debris, and structures out to sea. The mayor of Port aux Basques actually just updating now that the 4,000 people living in the town are starting to be evacuated as flooding takes over. Widespread power outages also in effect, causing 500,000 customers to be in the dark. 400,000 of those are in Nova Scotia, with the remaining in New Brunswick and PEI. Reporting live, Carlin Donahue, City News.
Our Michelle Mackey is in Halifax and describes the scene and the damage there.
I've never heard wind like that in my life. Through the overnight, when wind gusts were peaking around 110 kilometers an hour, the windows were rattling, the walls were actually shaking, and the wind was just making this really loud whistling noise. So power went out when wind gusts were around 80 kilometers an hour. We know they eventually peaked at 110 kilometers an hour. And once the power went out, it felt real. A few of us kind of came down into the hotel lobby and just watched the storm. So most stores are closed in Halifax today because the power is still out for hundreds of thousands of people. The public gardens are closed because there are just so many trees down in the area.
Michelle says that the damage in Halifax is widespread today. Massive old trees uprooted and debris strewn across the streets.
City News Time, 12:07. NASA is skipping next week's launch attempt of its new moon rocket because of a tropical storm that's expected to become a major hurricane. NASA decided today to